Joining me in the studio from the Monmouth Rotary Club, we do have past President Stephanie Hilton. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning.
And we do have new President Kristyne Gilbert. Good morning, Kristyne.
Good morning, Vanessa.
It's good to see you both. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Yeah, thank you for having us this morning.
Aren't you guys glad the heat dissipated?
80 feels good.
It does. After that heat dome last week.
I was actually out of town last week, and it was cooler where we were than it was here. And that wasn't the norm. So we missed all of the hot weather that you guys were experiencing, but we heard it was horrible. So
where were you?
We were in Tennessee. I mean, it was still hot.
Yeah.
With heat index, it was over 100, but nothing like here. So I like to say that we brought the cooler, I'm using quotation marks, cooler weather back with us.
Well, that's good because we'll take this cooler weather for sure. Cooler meaning 87, right?
Right.
All right, let's talk about the Monmouth Rotary Club. Exciting day, actually. It's a big day for Monmouth Rotary, Kristyne.
It is. It's the 105th anniversary of the establishment of the Monmouth Rotary Club. And ever since that day, we have been full steam ahead, working to serve our community.
Yes, a lot of wonderful things that Monmouth Rotary does. Go ahead and tell us about the most recent. We had the huge barbecue that we do, the Pork Chop BBQ, that is an annual event, and there's always a donation made from that event. Tell us about it.
Sure. Stephanie, you want to take that? That was one of the last things during your presidency?
Sure, yeah. So our club members every year nominate different nonprofits in the community, and this year a nonprofit that was nominated and then voted on and was selected was the Recharge Teen Center here in Monmouth. So this year we were able to donate $2,250 to that organization, and we just did a check handoff. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago, Kristyne? 2 weeks ago. So we were really proud of that, and actually we were so thankful for their involvement. They had some teens come over and help us with the barbecue event this year, and it's always an all-hands-on-deck event, and the extra hands were extremely helpful, especially with the cleanup process this year.
Yeah, how many people would you say, Kristyne, end up helping at this event and volunteering?
Generally, with all hands on deck, we have anywhere from 50 to 60 volunteers that come in from setup, serve to clean up. And then we had about a dozen of the teens from the Recharge Teen Center, as well as Amy Rogers and some of her staff members come in and really help us make the day extraordinarily successful.
It's so nice to see the young people be a part of it because we want to encourage them to continue clubs like the Monmouth Rotary Club.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's, there's a lot of prep work that goes into this event the days leading up to it. It's not just the day of. There's the homemade applesauce that's being made the day before. There's the brownies that were ordered and cut and prepared. So there's a lot of different things that happen behind the scenes, not just the promotion. Obviously, people see that, the community sees that, but there's a lot of other things that happen. Kristyne has been the chairperson the last 2 years, or co-chairperson the last 2 years. So, there's just a lot of work that goes behind the scenes, but obviously the day of, there's a lot of scrambling and running around, and you can see us in our white shirts with our rotary wheels on them, the bright blue rotary wheel. We hope that helps people distinguish who we are and what we're doing.
Yes. You know how lucky we are. Yesterday I had the pleasure of talking with Stacy Dutton with the American Cancer Society. Yes. And Banking on a Cure was held in June, which is a large golf outing with the proceeds benefiting ACS. Yes. And what a blessing, $13,500. And then nice. Today, here we are, another blessing with a local event for just food and fellowship for our community, and the proceeds go right back to Recharge Teen. We're lucky.
We are. I think it speaks to what this community means to us and what our neighbors and friends mean to us, and the fact that if you subtracted volunteerism from our community, it would look wholly different. And that power of communal service really does speak in volume to what the community is and does for each other.
Well, good job on this check handoff to the Recharge Teen Center Fantastic. And we have the election of officers. And congratulations, Kristyne, you're the new president.
Oh, thank you.
Yay!
Stephanie has set the bar very high. We have a lot of great ideas, and we want to carry some of those traditions forward. And we really want to continue to focus on service above self and service projects within the community. They're very important to us. We've had several that folks may be familiar with that we'd like to mention, and maybe several that you're not familiar with that we'd like to acquaint you with. If you have been out to Monmouth Park, you might have seen our monarch butterfly plot. It is near the tennis courts, and it is just a wonderful educational tool. It's a very lovely space where it's meditative, but most importantly, it's our connection to agriculture and why our ecosystems are incredibly important. And Stephanie has been in Rotary about the same time, if not longer than I am, and I'll turn it over to her for a couple of those details as well.
For the
Monarch
butterfly. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to mention, if you happen to find milkweed or monarch butterflies that need rehoming, you're welcome to take those out to the butterfly plot. But it is a very great educational tool. School is not in session, obviously, in the summertime, so we can't really partner with the school system to be able to go out there. The timing just doesn't really work out, but we would love for students and children to go out there to learn about the life cycle of the monarch butterfly. So our members have put together some brochures that really talk about the whole process, and it's incredible. I mean, I learned so much the day that we went out there as a club and had our meeting out there. So just to go out there and take a couple moments to look around, and please be respectful. There's a little bridge to get across a little rocky area there, a little stream, if you will. And we're really proud of it. That would be our most recent project in our community that happened. Did that happen during COVID? Right, coming off of COVID.
It did.
Yeah. So we just had a monarch butterfly at our home yesterday that my kids pointed out to me, and it looked like it was hurt a little bit. So we were going to rehome it out there.
Well, and you think about the life cycle, the things that we've learned. We've all had the elementary, high school classes, but to look further into the importance, when a butterfly is on this path, by the time it returns to this area, or the path remigrates to this area, it's the fourth generation of a butterfly. It's really a marvelous tool. It can be an outdoor classroom. Even though most of the migration takes place in the month of June, you could still bring your students out there. You could have special projects you can create in the classroom. We are very interested in partnering with educational institutions as well as other nonprofits to not only promote that, but other projects. So if you haven't been out there, do stop out, take a look. It really is quite a lovely space, and it has been well received, I think. And it's just, one of those projects where the club took a look at what's happening in the community. What could we do to add to the quality of life and purpose to make things happen for us?
And shout out to the Park District. They've been wonderful to work with. They put in that little bridge that I mentioned just all on their own because they saw the need for us getting across that stream.
They take care of the mowing.
Yeah, they take care of just the whole little area for us. We're very thankful for that partnership, which kind of brings us into the next project that I think the community will be most familiar with, which is another partnership with the Park District, and that would be our splash pad area that I think people are probably utilizing a lot right now, probably a lot last week with those hot temperatures.
When I'm driving around to and from errands and work, especially during those summer months, I always notice 11th and Broadway. If you're not familiar with the Pat T Park and the splash pad, it just really is a nice space. There's a wonderful walking path, and there are always groups out there. You can reserve the shelters if you want to have a special event. it was one of those spaces and places that really made a difference and changed the face of that neighborhood. And we really enjoy walk out there. I've taken my twin granddaughters out there. They love the splash pad. They think they have magic powers because splash pad, the water is triggered by their motion, so they thought they could magically turn on water, and it's just a really great time for the community.
That is the old remember when it was the old Giants? Was it
I
Giants?
I sure do during college.
Econo Food.
Econo
It was
Foods,
Giants
that's
and
it.
Econo. Mm-hmm.
Yep. They had the tiny little shopping carts. I remember that.
Yeah. We're talking with Kristyne Gilbert, president with the Monmouth Rotary Club, on this 105th anniversary today, and past president Stephanie Hilton. And I had magic powers the day that we dedicated the splash pad.
Oh, there we
Did
go.
you get a little wet there?
Did you guys remember that?
No, I don't.
I was the dummy who was taking the pictures and accidentally put my hand on the
button.
on button and got all of you wet for a minute.
Well, thanks.
Sorry about that.
That's been a
And
really.
as soon as I did it, I'm like, and it took a second for it to happen. I just turned and looked at everybody and said, "Oh no!"
Yeah, because there's no off button.
No.
Once it turns on, it's got to go
timed.
through its cycle. That's been a really good addition, and I think a lot of people are very familiar with that one for sure. But another thing that we do regularly throughout the year is our highway cleanup. So there's stretches of the highway here, obviously surrounding Monmouth, and our Rotary Club members, if we're able, we put on bright colored vests and we walk the highway and we try to keep it as clean as possible. A lot of traffic comes through here, and we just try to keep our community beautiful and healthy and vibrant, and that goes with highway cleanup.
And the items that are found during highway cleanup that we get to hear people talk about.
We don't want to
interesting.
mention them on air necessarily,
Right.
but you should join Rotary if you want to be part of, those
hunting.
adventures. Yeah, those treasure hunts.
Okay, Monmouth Rotary meets twice a month.
That's
We sure
correct.
do. The first and third Monday at the Country Club at noon. And if you have an interest in joining the club or you want more information, you can contact me at the Buchanan Center for the Arts at 309-734-3033, or any of our club members. Stephanie has, like I said, really set the bar. Our membership continues to grow. And of course, we are looking for younger generations to step forward and serve. And not only serve, but you learn so much about a community as well as its history. And it's really important to know where we've been, as they say, to know how to move forward.
Right.
And you can follow us on Facebook if Facebook is your preferred method of communication. So
Absolutely.
find us on Monmouth Rotary Club is our Facebook page, and there's lots of good information on there as well.
Okay, wonderful. Ladies, good job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
having us.
having us this
Yeah, I
morning.
was so glad to have both of you come in together and celebrate the Monmouth Rotary Club. What a perfect timing with it being the 105th anniversary today.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll see you guys at Rotary next week.
That's right.
That is Kristyne Gilbert, president of the Monmouth Rotary Club, and Stephanie Hilton, past president, on WRAM.